Well, that's the first. The case has been grouted in. There's water dripping from the combustion case, but I'm gonna have to, yeah, that's not even silicone, that's been grouted in. Hello everyone, welcome back to today's video. Firstly, apologies for the little bit of a mishap in terms of what day I was meant to get a video out. I normally do Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, but I just haven't had a chance to get one out yesterday because I was up in Edinburgh for the weekend. No, the customer did not fly me out there to fix the boiler. That was a bit of a tongue-in-cheek joke. Just wanting to see how many people actually fell for it. I mean, it would be great if someone did want to fly me out there, but in all fairness, I don't think I would be willing to go that far because it's just too much of a commitment. If things don't go right, like, what do I do? I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Not nowhere, but you know what I mean. So it was just a long weekend break for me and Nikki before the whole Christmas madness kicks off. And then as soon as I got back on Sunday, I had an emergency system conversion booked in for Monday, Tuesday. I wasn't planning on doing any more large jobs or large installs before the end of the year, but this one came in. It was an emergency. The old cold water storage tank was split and leaking. So yeah, just had to get it squeezed in and get it done. So it's been a couple of long nights and long days, late nights. So that's why I've not had a chance to get a video out for Sunday. Tuesday, you can tell I'm tired because I can't even figure out what day of the week it is. I'm so looking forward to finishing for Christmas. I just need that break now. But look, I'm gonna stop waffling on. This video is all breakdowns, a few tips and tricks that might help some of you guys out. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you hopefully back tomorrow. Enjoy. Right, so we've got here an Ecotech Plus. This is what is a 2007 Ecotech Plus, so probably one of the first Ecotech Pluses. They've had a leak, so obviously we've still got drip coming from there. Okay. So the customer's just explaining that they've had water leaking from here. I can see there's some water leaking from the MagnaClean filter here as well. So I don't know if that's leaking from the filter or if it's coming from the boiler. From here. Right. Okay, so let's get the case open and we'll have a look and see where this leak could be coming from. Let me get the case off and we'll come back to this. Right, let's pop this open. Let's see what's been leaking. Right, so there's a fair bit of water in here. Currently hazarding, I guess that it's going to be the diverter valve, but just seeing if there's any other signs of staining or anything else. Yeah, look, oh no, it is the pump. Yeah, it's leaking from the pump. So you see underneath here, look, water. So it's leaking from that pump. Right, so let's check the diverter. The diverter valve looks fine, and that's a new diverter valve in there as well, so it won't be that. It's just going to be this pump because it's leaking from the bottom there. You can see it's all come out, and that explains as well why the power's been tripping, because obviously we've got electrics inside the pump, and as it's been dripping, water's probably getting inside the electrics and tripping the power. I've done another video on this a few weeks ago where I went to the same sort of thing. When the boiler runs, after a little while, it trips the power and it blows the fuse, and it was a leaking pump. So same sort of problem here. Let's just make sure that we've got no water gone into the actual board. Nope. We've got a 5-wire connection there, so I will have to go down to the supplier, you know, where I get my pumps from Electrogas. They've got the pump heads, the wireless ones that I can swap over. So I'm going to go down, grab one of them, get this sorted, and get this family back up and running today. Right, I'm going to take the old pump with me because they need it as a part exchange. The other thing I've noticed here, that's showing 0.8 bar, but we're on 0 pressure, so it's going to need a new pressure sensor as well. So let's turn the power off. Right, and now start loosening these nuts. So on the Weiler pumps, it's a 5mm hex. So loosen that off. Pop this open. Take out the pump wire connection. Make sure it doesn't split the capillary in there. Bring that around through there as well. Okay, cool. So let's get this pump out. There we go. So let's just letting a little bit more air in. We've got a little bit more water just draining out of there. So let the rest of that all drain out. And then we'll just take the pump out altogether and take it with us. All right, let's loosen it off fully now. One. Two. 3 and 4. Okay, so there we go. So you can see here where that's all been leaking out of the pump. And that's completely knackered. So let's get a new pump and get this sorted. Okay, got my replacement pump from one and only Electro Gas down in Barking. I didn't take the camera out because, as you can see, it's absolutely hammering it down today. So, got myself a pump, got a pressure sensor. Let's go back and get this boiler fixed. Right, back, old pump's out. Let's get this one open, pop that in, change that pressure sensor as well, get them back up and running. Right, let's do the pressure sensor first. Connect the plug out. Clip out. Go. Pressure sensor in. That's in. Clips back in. And right, connections back on. Let's pop that to one side. And now, where's our new pump? Right, here we go. So this is literally a straight swap of the pump head. So I already greased up the O-ring and I've popped it into the housing. Let's just move that to one side. Remember, these are H5 or 5mm Allen key bolts, not 4mm that you get on the Grundfos. That up. Okay, that's done. Just put that there for now. Electrical connection. Right, slots into there. That's done. That's done. Now, main thing. Let's shut the drain off and repressurize it. Right, let's open up the flow and returns. And now, let's get some pressure into the system and check at the same time that there's nothing else leaking. I'm just going to let that needle go up a bit. There we go. Can you hear the water going back in? Oh, I think that should be enough. Now, power on, and let's get that purging P0. Yeah, look, now we've got 1.1 bar, 1.2 when the pump runs, so that's good. Pressure sensor is doing its thing. Pump is running. That water's there from where I took the pressure sensor out, but got nothing else leaking. So I'm gonna let the boiler purge out, give it a test run, make sure it doesn't trip the electrics, which it shouldn't now because we've changed the pump and we've changed what was leaking, then we should be good. Right, we're finished purging, so let's run a hot tap. Boiler's fired up. Set that temperature. It's 46 degrees. Okay, that's what they prefer. That's fine. So just gonna have a little look around. Yeah, no, everything. And do you want to check the hot water? It's coming hot now. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you can turn the tap off now. Yeah, and then let's put the heating on. So we've got heat demand, so let's recognize the demand. S17, so it's just going to go through its sequence and then we just wait for it to fire up for heating. Right, next one, I've got a Green Star 30 SI compact with an EA227 fault code. First thing tenants reported is the pressure keeps dropping, and this is a very interesting place to discharge the PRV. That's just been dripping here and it's all been dripping down there, so we know it's going to need a new PRV, but let's see what's going on with the EA227. Now, this is a fairly recent boiler, so let's have a look. Give it a reset. It's going on preheat. There we go. I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but we basically got gurgling sound, which block condense, and the condense is also, let me just clip this mic back on to myself. So obviously the condense is running here, going straight up there, and then out here it's going straight into this gully, so there's nothing blocking it in there. I reckon it's just the trap needs cleaning out, so I'm going to go and get my, I'm getting caught on everything here. Gonna go and get my gear from the van, clean out the condense trap, and then look at getting that PRV replaced as well, because otherwise they're just going to keep dropping pressure and it's going to keep leaking out in that bit. So let's get the condense sorted out and then I'll do the PRV. Well, that's a first. The case has been grouted in. There's water dripping from the combustion case, but I'm going to have to, yeah, that's not even silicone, that's been grouted in. So I need to chip away at that in order to get it off. It's a bit annoying, but yeah, you can see the condense trap is all full of rubbish in there. Right, I finally got the case off, and you can see where that leak's coming from now. So that's basically where the condense isn't able to escape. It's all backing up in there. It's all backed up into there. So I need to clean that out. I need to get myself a PRV, and I'll probably just change the sump seal on there as well, because that's probably the old style one so it could do with getting that replaced as well. So that, clean that out, get a new PRV, and that should sort all the issues out. Right, clearing out the condense trap. That is a lot of dirt in there. This boiler's probably never been properly serviced. Clean that out. Managed to get it all out of there, but it's all sort of gone on there as well. So I'm gonna give that a wet vac, and then I'll get this sump seal changed over. I need to pop out and get the PRV because I don't have this new style PRV on me. I've got the old style ones. So yeah, just gonna give it a little bit of TLC, and then hopefully it should all be good. Right, got new sump seal. What have I got in here? Some goodies. New condense trap, new PRV, and a new filling key. So let's get it all done now. It's taken me ages. It's been an hour round trip because there's a local shop around here which is meant to be boiler spare shop, but they don't carry common spare stuff. I just made a mission back down to Ryan's Essex Heating Spares in Collier Road. He's got everything in stock. Got it all. Just going to get this all sorted out quick time. And I think I've still got one more to do after this. I'll see what time I'll finish, but let's get this done first. Right, that was the state of the old PRV. Loads of muck in there. Now, I would have liked to pump up the vessel, but there's no way of getting to that. So that's all back together. Pop the new filling key in, let's pressurize it and test it. Right, back in business. Pressurized. Boiler's got demand. See the steam coming off of it. Take it out of here. Right, next job I've got here is customer's got no heating. So you're using your immersion for the hot water at the moment.
Yeah.
Have you tried using your hot water off the boiler, or you haven't?
I haven't, because I just assume
that it's not working.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So got a heat only boiler here. This is an old school one, Sonia Deval. So being a heat only boiler, there's going to be two possible problems. It's either going to be the pump, which has failed or it's gone weak, or possibly a problem with the 3-port. So let's give it a demand. So heating. Right. Pump's running. Okay.
it will run for maybe a minute.
Yeah.
Then
Let's see. So the pump is running, but it's vibrating a fair bit. So maybe that the pump's weak. But let's see if we get heat going through it. And most importantly, let's check if we get heat coming out of the 3-port, and we want heat coming down this way. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's fully open. Right, just let it run for a few minutes and then we'll see what it does. Right, so literally as soon as I stopped that video, the boiler's gone off and it sounds like it's kettling, and I think that's going to be this pump, because put your hand on that, Danny. It's vibrating a lot. Yeah, so that shouldn't be vibrating that much. You might feel a little bit of vibration, but not this much. So that's basically telling me, pointing to me, that the pump's gone weak, and that's why the boiler's overheating, because it's not able to get rid of the heat quick enough.
Yeah.
So that's the first point of call, to change the pump and then obviously test it and see what happens. Right, let's go and have a look at the F&E tank. Sorry?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all good.
You want a cup of tea? you a copy or something?
I'm alright at the moment. Let me see what the problem is, how long it's going to take, and then we'll go from there. Right, I'm going to check we've got water in the F&E tank, because it could also be a reason. That's the problem, and that's the reason why the pump's making a grumbling sound, because the ball valve in the F&E tank has failed and we've got a dry system. Okay, cool. So let me see what I can do to free that up. Right, it's not actually a faulty ball valve. That's been turned off. Now it's filling. Right, let's let that system fill back up again. We'll go down and test it. That's why the pump was sounding grumbly. Some people were telling me that, go and check the F&E tank, because I've had it before where similar sort of thing. And right, we'll test it back in a minute. I'll be back. Right, the boiler's fired up again, but what I've found is, obviously, bottom of the unit light is magnetic. This is all fine, but when we get to this point here, there's a bit of a traction there. So we do have some magnetite in this top section here, up to, so it goes a bit weak there. That's all fine, so the vent side is all fine, but pump side here, we might have a blocked cold feed and vent. I hope not. It might just be a little bit inside. Right, we've got heat transferring down through there, which is good. Let's try and bleed air or water out the pump. Still vibrating, but it's getting hot. Hopefully. Right. I want to try and get. Yeah, you can hear the water flowing through the pipes now. Yeah, we've got some water coming out the pump, which is good. So getting warm, good stuff. Yeah, I think you can hear the water running through the pipes now. I'll leave that open for a minute, just to let any air out of there. But it's looking good. Right, customers just going around. All good?
All good, yeah. All coming out silver.
Good stuff. Right, so it was a nice easy repair. Didn't need any parts, didn't need a new pump, didn't need a new 3-port. So saved the customer some money, but probably going to make a plan to change that boiler at some point in the future.
Yeah.
So me and the customer are going to have a chat and then decide what's going to be the best option, whether to convert it to a combi or replace with another heat only, and maybe replace with the heat only and sealing the system, so adding an expansion vessel and a filling loop. Just going to come down to cost. So we'll have a chat about it, and then you might see this job at some point in the future.